How are we doing, ladies and gentlemen? I'm gonna do a little bit of a story time. When I was 17, I took some extremely mind-altering substances with my buddy. We'll call him Jerry. So Jerry and I, we go to the park. We take our tabs and we chill, waiting for the intensity to kick in. We wait, and while we wait, we begin to talk. I don't remember all the details, but eventually we started to feel it, I'll say. We took quite a trip that night, if you catch my drift. We ended up on perception, as one does on these substances, and we began to discuss how each and every person has a different perception of you. Let me explain. For example, your mother has a completely different perception of you, her son, than the perception a stranger would have for you. And same for that stranger and someone else's perception. They're perceived as a mother, a wife, a daughter, etc. We realized that night that each person has a unique and utter large array of perceptions for each and every person they meet. We then discussed how these perceptions are what actually create what we live in that we call reality. I'd like to thank and shout out Robert Edward Grant from Gaia. He put it better than I ever could.
Sure that in this illusion, we get the maximum benefit from the learning. And what would an experience be if we didn't believe it was real? This is why we come to this zone of perception. To learn that what we accumulate and believe to be facts might actually simply be facets of a larger prism of a deeper, more significant truth. That the only way to capture higher wisdom is to accumulate all possible subjective perspectives of reality. In this episode, we're going to learn how perception is our reality, how to deal with that to become aware that it is informing our decisions and our emotional states, and how to take that knowledge and transform our living and life experience. One of the people that was so focused on this art of dynamically playing with perception was Leonardo da Vinci, the polymath from the Renaissance, who used perspective artwork in order to trick the eye.
And what me and my friend 8 years ago discovered while on so-called bad substances, we found out life is created by human perception. Each moment, each interaction is dictated by perception, and those perceptions shape what your reality becomes. We have further discussed this notion, dropping the human part because now I believe there is a countless number of sentient life forms in this galaxy, potentially of course. We were discussing, me and my buddy Jerry, and I, talking about life is created by perception, and I can't remember if he said it or if it was I. It doesn't really matter though, but we came up with the new phrase, life is created by perception, it is destroyed by delusion. Or life is created by human perception, life is destroyed by human delusion. Let me explain. If our perceptions of what things are shape our reality and our homeostasis that is our lives, then our delusions surely tear down any buildings of perception we have. If someone lives in a delusional state, their life will continue to be destroyed. But if they perceive change, change will be. For example, if a loved one tells me about a shortcoming I have, if I perceive it, I can then change it. But if I say, no, you're gaslighting me, when I won't self-reflect on the issue, then I'll live in my delusions, further destroying my life, my relationships, and my reality. We are here to perceive, not to live in delusion. Now, do I think this makes me and my friends some kind of wizard level smarts, Or do I think it was some channeled wisdom? I mean, we are pretty smart, but when another man on the same path as I comes to the same conclusion, it may just be truth at the end of the day. The truth we perceive. I love you all. Be blessed. Till next time.